Hi, my name is Rick Jordan. Thank you for clicking on this video. If we're meeting for the first time, the About section of my YouTube channel gives you a bio. And below this video, there are a number of options, ways that you can help. And I'm grateful for any help that you are inclined to provide. Talk thing number 24 is called Life is Hard and Then You Die, but in the Meantime. That's a mouthful, right? A few days ago, I ran across this verse in the Hebrew Scriptures, what we call the Old Testament. It's in this book called Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, verse 7. And it says this: Light is sweet, and it pleases the eyes to see the sun. Light is sweet, and it pleases the eyes to see the sun. This verse is talking about a whole lot more than daylight. There is a ton of symbolic language to unpack, so let's go there. The word light symbolizes life. The word sweet is like honey, and it can be translated delightful. The phrase pleases the eyes is symbolic of pleasing the whole person. We have this cliche, the eyes are a window into the soul. And then the phrase to see the sun is symbolic of the experience of being fully alive. So what's this verse saying? It's saying this: moment by moment life is delightful, and it is comprehensively good to simply be alive. Previously in my talks, I've called that wholehearted aliveness. In the New English Translation Study Bible, I read this note on this verse: the experience of life is a pleasant thing that should be savored. Now, full disclosure about the writer of Ecclesiastes. A lot of people think it was Solomon, the third king of Israel. The writer of Ecclesiastes is probably Eeyore the donkey from Winnie the Pooh. Now, I can't prove that. What I really think is that Eeyore the donkey from Winnie the Pooh is just like the writer of Ecclesiastes. And this is why the Bible can be so cool. Whatever you feel, whatever you think, you can find a place for you in the Scriptures. And so if you're jaded, if you're cynical, Ecclesiastes is for you. You could summarize the entire book of Ecclesiastes with two phrases. Phrase number 1, been there, done that. Phrase number 2, life is hard and then you die. The writer of Ecclesiastes is looking back on his life and kind of throwing up his hands. But the book is worth it because of where this writer lands. So we applied the zoom lens to chapter 11, verse 7. Now let's pull back to a wide angle lens. The context here is the aging process. If you read the entire chapter, you'll see that. So here's verses 7 through 10. Light is sweet. How pleasant to see a new day dawning. When people live to be very old, let them rejoice in every day of life. But let them also remember there will be many dark days. Everything still to come is meaningless. Young people, it is wonderful to be young. Enjoy every minute of it. Do everything you want to do. Take it all in. But remember that you must give an account to God for everything you do. So refuse to worry and keep your body healthy. But remember that youth with a whole life before you is meaningless. See what I mean by Eeyore? You can almost read it in the voice of Eeyore. Here's verses 7 and 8 in a paraphrase of the Bible called The Message, written by Eugene Peterson. Oh, how sweet the light of day, and how wonderful to live in the sunshine. Even if you live a long time, don't take a single day for granted. Take delight in each light-filled hour, remembering that there will also be many dark days, and that most of what comes your way is smoke. Let's get practical. I have wasted far too many moments in life being distracted or preoccupied. That's why these days, by God's grace, I choose to breathe, pray, thank, see, hear, taste, touch, smell, laugh, love, just as slowly as possible. Can we talk about poached eggs on toast? I grew up eating poached eggs on toast. My mom used to fix it for me even when I was a little boy, and she would fix 2 poached eggs on toast, and she would cut them into 9 little squares. And so I would eat 18 little squares of poached eggs on toast. Last Sunday, Carla, my wife, fixed me poached eggs on toast. I hadn't eaten poached eggs on toast for a long, long time, and I felt like a 7-year-old sitting there and eating the 18 little squares of poached eggs on toast. And I savored every moment of that experience. It's really what I'm talking about. I think that's really what this verse is talking about. Moment by moment life is delightful, and it is comprehensively good to simply be alive. So for you, it may not be poached eggs on toast, but what is it? Fill in the blank. Eugene Peterson says, don't take a single day for granted. I would say, don't take a single moment for granted. Grace and peace.